A few quick words before we play. Last night there were 3 people in the parking lot who were taken to the hospital with alcohol poisoning. And as a result, some changes were made today about no ins and outs. People have been upset with that throughout the day. People were tweeting sound in prison and things like that on Twitter and whatnot. I want to say one thing, and that's that 3 people were taken to the hospital for alcohol poisoning. 1,797 were not taken to the hospital for alcohol poisoning. And with that in mind, because people have been talking all day long about security, about police, about sound and fury, about authority, it is our responsibility to police and secure our own community, which is what this is. So when 3 people are getting intoxicated, and there's 1,797 people who would say to them, please don't do that, let's be on the lookout next year for that sort of thing, to advise people that maybe that's not the best idea, to allow this to continue to happen, sound and fury. And ultimately, whenever, in terms of security, in terms of authority, I'd like to suggest, and we'd like to suggest, that any time that we give ourselves over to authority, or to default to authority taking control of our lives, regardless of how anybody feels about police, regardless of how you feel about security, what happens in that moment when we rely on others to be the security for us is that we disempower ourselves. It is our responsibility to be empowered. So with that in mind, the signs say no stage diving. That's something that Sound and Fury has had to request to keep this show going today. But you know what? People have been bummed about that all day too. Hardcore has been around for 25 or 30 years. At this point, we've come to know that this is how we express our rage and our anger. We jump off the stage onto our friends, right? But let me say this. With that in mind, hardcore's been around for 25 or 30 years. We're all intelligent, creative people. How about tonight, for the next 45 or 50 minutes, we challenge ourselves to think of some new way to express ourselves in terms of this music and in terms of this evening. Because it's certainly within each of us. And if the sign says no stage diving, there are tons of rules that we follow. We don't drive down the left side of the highway. We have collectively agreed to do that. We don't sleep with our parents. We've collectively agreed that's a bad idea. And with that in mind, if the sign says no stage diving, that's how this is going to continue. Let's be creative individuals and figure out a way to express ourselves. Because this isn't a contest to show how good you are at stage diving. For many of us in this room, the reason we're here as outcasts is because this music is about survival. And if it's that important to each of us, we'll come up